Today's topic is understanding importance of diet in treatment of diabetes type 2. Let's start with diet, the first item in the list of treatment. In this context, a few facts about food and food habit must be thoroughly understood. Every human being has two different sources of food supply. One source is food within, which is glycogen and fat. We have touched on some of the relevant aspects of its relation to insulin resistance. Another is food without, which are edibles consumed daily. Eating is energy-consuming activity. About 60 to 70 calories are needed to digest 100 calorie worth of food eaten each time, except individuals who are in growth phase or committed to building of muscles or pregnant women. Eating large and small meals multiple times on a single day is not compatible with the structure and function of human body. It is therefore important to determine the kind of diet and pattern of eating that fits well with human physiology. Diet as one of the major factors for treatment of all kinds of diseases is gaining popularity throughout the world. Dr. Pradeep Jamna Das from the University of Florida gives 7 important tips on diet that is helpful for reversal of insulin resistance. Let's go through his tips. After that, we will watch his short video presentation. Here is what he advises. Number 1, avoid cane sugar, that is sucrose, which is widely consumed. A molecule of cane sugar consists of 1 molecule of fructose and 1 molecule of glucose. Fructose cannot be metabolized by any of the body cells other than liver. Some of the fructose is converted into glucose or lactate or glycogen and used as energy source. Part of fructose ingested through diet are converted and stored as lipid in the liver. More cane sugar consumption means more fat deposition in the liver, leading to fatty liver. Number 2, avoid drinks and/or processed food that contain high fructose corn syrup, which is widely used as additive in many processed food and is the source of fructose in the daily diet. Regular consumption of processed food rich in white sugar and/or corn syrup may lead to fatty liver, insulin resistance, and consequent type 2 diabetes. Number 3, stick to 1 seasonal fruit a day and avoid excessive use of fruit juice. Avoid or keep alcohol consumption to minimum. Number 4, avoid vegetable seed oil, trans fat, and margarine. These contain artificial ingredients that cause inflammation of tissues, leading to health hazard. Number 5, avoid processed food like white bread, biscuits, cakes, cookies that raise insulin level. Number 6, avoid protein shakes containing branched chain amino acids. These are synthetic protein powder recommended for bodybuilders. Last, number 7, first 12 hours of fasting will wipe out all glycogen stored in the liver and muscle. Normally, we have about 50,000 calories of energy locked in the fat cells that can be unlocked with fasting. Now, let us listen to Dr. Jamna Das in his own words.
So, insulin resistance is now recognized as one of the main causes of atherosclerosis. So, if you've been told that you have insulin resistance, this is how you're going to reverse it. Number one, you've got to cut out glucose from your diet, because it is excessive amounts of glucose in your whole body that is causing insulin resistance. Number two, you got to cut out sugar, because sugar is 50% glucose and 50% fructose. Fructose is actually worse for you than glucose, because fructose can only be metabolized in one organ, and that's the liver. And in the liver, it gets converted to fat, and this is what gives you the fatty liver. And the fatty liver is a cardinal finding in patients who have insulin resistance. This fatty liver then spills the fats into the abdominal cavity and causes visceral fat. And these are the people who carry most of their weight around the abdomen. Then it gets into the muscles and eventually into the arteries. So the fats that are generated from excessive carbohydrates or excessive fructose gets converted in the liver to these bad fats. So in addition to fructose, you've got to reduce your intake of high fructose corn syrup, because this is fructose basically. It's 55% fructose. And you got to reduce the amount of fruit juices. It's unnatural to consume so much fructose at one time. If you want, you should eat a seasonal fruit, and that too, one fruit a day. Excessive fructose just means eating too much of nature's candy, and it will make your insulin resistance worse. The next step is to reduce the amount of alcohol in your diet, because alcohol and fructose get metabolized through the same mechanisms in the liver. It'll give you a fatty liver. Next, you must avoid vegetable seed oils. These are the processed seed oils. These seed oils are not really natural, and they cause inflammation in the body and can cause insulin resistance as well. You should avoid trans fats. These are found in all the processed foods. All trans fats and margarines, the trans fats are the partially hydrogenated fats. If you see partially hydrogenated on any processed package, you should eliminate it from your diet, because it is purely toxic to your body. Trans fats are still found in processed foods. Don't eat processed foods. Don't eat processed carbohydrates, such as flour or bread or biscuits, and cookies, and cake. And all these processed carbohydrates, they cause a severe rise in your insulin level when you consume it. So before you eat anything, you should ask yourself the simple question: is this product or this food going to increase my insulin levels? And if the answer is yes, you should thoroughly avoid it. So there are also protein shakes that have a high concentration of branched-chain amino acids, which also cause insulin resistance. If you have insulin resistance, please avoid protein shakes, especially the branched-chain amino acids.
Now we shall listen to the explanation coming from another expert in this area. He is saying that those who follow North Indian diet are being advised by Dr. Pramod Tripathi of Pune through his highly popular website, Freedom from Diabetes. He advises, for very good reason, abstention from grains through a simple approach of 25% formula. According to him, include just one chapati or fulka along with 3 other items. One is a small bowl of dal, a small bowl of cooked vegetables, and a small bowl of raw salad. If number of chapati or fulka is increased to 2 to 3, other 3 items are to be increased proportionately to 2 to 3 as well, just to maintain balance in the diet.
Make some strategic changes in your diet. And diet is a very big topic, so I'm just going to give you a few important pointers. The first and the foremost important pointer in your diet is to reduce the grain consumption. The wheat, the rice, the jawar and bajra consumption needs to be reduced a bit. And the best way to do that is to have a 25% formula, which means whenever you're having your lunch and dinner, if you take 1 chapati or 1 fulka, have 1 katori dal, 1 katori cooked vegetable and 1 katori salad. Okay, if you want to have the second chapati, then you must take the 2nd katori salad, 2nd katori cooked vegetable and 2nd katori dal.
His other suggestions are increase green vegetables, beans, almond and nuts, 3 to 4 teaspoonful of seeds like sesame, chia, sunflower, watermelon, etc. Dr. Tripathi also advises that some foods like smoothie, salads, soaked almonds, sprouts, and fruits help to reduce inflammation in the body and thereby increases insulin sensitivity, which means decreases insulin resistance. Dr. Tripathi advises to avoid milk and milk products. Why? It has insulin-like growth factor. In acronym is IGF, and advanced glycated end products, AGEP, which increases insulin resistance, meaning decreases insulin sensitivity, which is the main cause of diabetes type 2. Now here is Dr. Tripathi again in his own words, commenting on this particular matter.
And increase your greens and beans. I repeat, greens and beans. Greens and beans need to be increased. And also some nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds. Around 8 to 10 almonds or walnuts soaked for at least 4 or 5 hours with the skin removed, and the seeds, at least 3 or 4 teaspoons of flax seeds, sesame seeds, chia seeds, sunflower, muskmelon, watermelon, pumpkin, all kinds of seeds are available. Please have them in your diet to make it mineral rich, fiber rich, vitamin rich, and more important, to alkaline your body.
Another very interesting suggestion from Dr. Tripathi is the importance of drinking water. Water makes up 60% of human body weight, and it is the main medium through which all nutrients are exchanged in and out of cells. He quotes the work of a Japanese researcher named Masaru Emoto, who advocates that we should first pray to water and slowly sip it in the process of drinking. In this photo, we see Masaru Emoto, who is a Japanese investigator. Emoto recorded photomicrograph of ice crystals of water. Before converting to ice, water was exposed to about 30 minutes of prayer. Shape of ice crystals differed remarkably depending on the nature of prayer it was exposed to. Drinking of water experimented by Masaru Emoto. 6 to 8 glasses of water a day to be taken. Pray to water. Sip water before being in sitting position so that the water mixes with your saliva. Masaru Emoto of Japan wrote a book, Hidden Messages in Water. According to Emoto, if we feel love, respect, and give thanks to water, then its crystals change its form and becomes more nourishing for health in general. The lesson is drink water in sitting position and while sipping. Here are the photos of various shapes of ice crystals observed from water exposed to different themes of prayer. Especially interesting are the shapes of crystals of polluted water before and after prayer. The lesson is, it is healthier to express thanks and gratitude to the glass of water before drinking. We have explained how lipids and glycogen that are food within may clog glucose channels of cells, triggering a vicious cycle resulting from simultaneous rise in blood glucose and increased secretion of pancreatic insulin. We also pointed out how diet, that is food without, can be used as one of the important factors to improve sensitivity of body cells towards insulin and normalize glucose level, leading to reversal of diabetes. Recommendations of experts in this area have also been presented. Treatment with diet may show significant remedy, yet 3 additional measures in conjunction may be adopted, that in the interest of holistic approach to reinforce the remedial effect of diet alone. These are intermittent fasting, integrative medicine, and self-suggestion. Subject of this series dealt with the contents and design of diet that is effective in controlling this disease. In addition, suggestions of a Japanese scientist on the effect of praying directly to water before drinking was also discussed. In the next series, that is series 5, we will discuss the effect of intermittent fasting on the reversal of type 2 diabetes.